and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I am so excited to have Kayla Peel and Ellie Cowan from Yorktown High School with us here today. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate the fact that you spent some of your last few days of school coming here to join us. You are the talk of Arlington. I read about your organization that you started for A Strawless Sea on Arlington Magazine, and I was just so impressed, and now I can't stop running into you. So Kayla, can you tell me a little bit about the program and the organization that you ladies started?
Yeah, of course. So last summer I went to the Mediterranean on a community service trip with Broadreach, and I've always been interested in the environment, but I never really had a trigger that really set me off on my whole journey, I guess. So I saw firsthand the effects of plastic on marine life, and I guess that was really touching for me. So as soon as I came back, I realized there needed to be some sort of change. So I started doing research, read a lot of articles, and it was kind of the time where all this whole stuff about the plastic straw was coming out. So I saw in Seattle there was a ban going on, so I was like, okay, I can at least try to make some sort of change, even if it's just at my local school. So I started asking a few of my friends, asking if anyone knew anything about this, and that's how Ellie came into this, and then we started our organization called A Strawless Sea.
And what's really interesting, Ellie, is that you have a really large organization for a very new group, but I think Kayla said something about starting with friends. So tell me about how you galvanized so much support.
Well, Kayla and I are already a member of a lot of clubs at Yorktown, where we participate in sports, we participate in like the environmental club, so we were able to harness a lot of people who had similar interests. And since a lot of them are our very close friends, we were able to like easily communicate with them, and we would be like, oh, can you do this for us? Can you do that for us? It was just very easy to communicate with them and get things done. So, yeah.
And so recently you participated in an event with the Global Collab and the Earth Optimism. Can you tell me about what you guys were working on at the Smithsonian Zoo a couple weekends ago?
Yeah, of course. So we found our connection with Linda through the Global Collab, and now we're part of the Plastics Hub. So it's really been amazing to like interact with all these teens around the DMV area who all share a similar interest of trying to minimize plastic pollution as us. And so for the past few weeks, we've been working with them on planning this event at the National Zoo in DC. And we organized a table, and we had lemonade, and we were trying to really spread the word about how bad plastic is for the environment, and we made it fun with games and stuff. So I think a lot of people learned a lot that day.
And not only did they learn a lot, but even in the lemonade you were serving, you took some thought in how you were providing that. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so we used compostable cups, and we made sure to mention that. We also had our little own logo on it that said For A Strawless Sea, and then the lemonade we used was organic. We used like fresh lemons. And an interesting thing about our stand was that we had a game where if you filled out like a 10-question survey about plastic pollution, if you completed it, you would earn a prize, and that would entail like maybe a compostable straw or like a reusable water bottle. And that was
How does this game, Kayla, help get people involved in the activity?
So we made a big survey. It's 10 questions about the environment and specifically plastic pollution. And we're trying to both inform people and collect data on how much knowledge they actually know about the topic. And then they can win an eco-friendly prize like reusable straws or a gift card to some sponsored restaurants.
So how are they doing? How many people actually know?
A lot of people have been doing pretty well, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, and the people that haven't been very surprised, and they're like looking at their answers and learning. So I think it's, yeah.
Great.
So you didn't give away any plastic whistles or anything like that? No? So obviously the word that's ringing in my ears is optimism, thinking positively. And yet, you've worked at this, you've had a lot of kids come together. Do you feel like you've managed to accomplish a goal this year?
Well, so as I said before, our focus is the plastic straw. So we've been working with Eco Action Arlington, which is a local advocacy group in Arlington about environmental issues. So we've worked with them to create a Strawfree Arlington campaign where we're going to restaurants and we're asking them to reconsider their single-use plastic policies. And we found it a little bit challenging at first to make an initial group of pilot restaurants, but since it was just launched, I think we've had some success getting contacts with restaurants and at least spreading the word. So I think within the next few months we should definitely have our first few restaurants on this campaign, and hopefully that will spread to the vaster part of Arlington.
Well, I think you nailed it. It's really about raising awareness first and helping people take that second thought or even third thought about how they buy things, how they dispose of things, who they're buying from. So you kind of have a plan on how to create some action next year. Ellie, can you tell me a little bit about some of the initiatives that you want to work on?
Yeah, so particularly in Yorktown, we've realized that during lunch they serve plastic utensils, and they also put it in a plastic wrap. And that's something that definitely triggered Kayla and I. And we want to make change on that. So we're looking into contacting the school board and seeing how we can start to minimize single-use plastic in our cafeterias and spread that not just at Yorktown, but across all of Arlington public schools.
It does seem like a little tiny piece of plastic, but imagine 20,000 students, it really does add up. And so we also talked a little bit about procurement. So what that means is getting people to think about what they're selling, giving, and what people are taking. So have you seen any positive results in that area as of yet?
Well, I think spreading the word has really just brought a lot of awareness in the community of Yorktown and hopefully to the other high schools as well. But I think people have noticed I don't really need this plastic straw. Is it a necessity? Or no, I don't need this plastic cup. I can bring my own reusable water bottle. So I think little changes like that, although maybe some people think just why are you focusing on straws? There's so many bigger issues. I think it really is symbolic, and it's just standing for the bigger meaning behind plastic pollution. And I think this little change could really spark something.
And the goal of Strawless Seas, right? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Okay, so a busy year ahead. You're trying to recruit other students to join you throughout Arlington and the region. So how do people get in touch with you so that they can support your efforts or join you?
Yeah, so we actually have a club email. It's astrawlesssea@gmail.com.
And we also have an Instagram _A_strawless_sea.
Perfect. And then you can also find more about the larger organization if you go to earthoptimism.si.edu or to theglobalcolab.org. Well, ladies, congratulations on your heroic work. I'm 100% behind you. I say, go girl. And the rest of Yorktown also. And I want to thank all of you for watching this edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.